charcoal. But for certain games, we roll up our sleeves and dig in. Take, for example, Dragon Age 2.
Adam, sorry, could you just redo that line with a little more enthusiasm?
All right,
thank you.
Take, for example, Dragon Age 2.
Yes.
Now, and this is actually true, everyone. I have personally put 75 hours into this game, and I feel conflicted. It's filled with engrossing characterizations, and the production design is much improved over the original, but it features uneven combat, repetitive dungeons, and a story that lacks overall motivation. You'll assume the character of Hawk, who can be either male or female, depending on your preference. You can choose to be a warrior, a mage, or a rogue, which is a decision we've all had to make in our personal lives. If you've ever played a BioWare game, you're already familiar with their basic 3-act story structure. The surprise in Dragon Age 2 is the self-contained way each chapter comes together. It's almost as if they could each be, throw that out there, standalone tales. It's also strange that after 40 hours, there's no overall drive or compelling storyline. It is very nice the way that they avoid the whole, hey, let's save the world cliche, but there's definitely a lack of suspense. Now, however, in the self-contained sections, the writing can be superb. The cast of supporting characters are some of the most memorable personalities in any recent game. The conversation system is a remarkable achievement. Your choices aren't obviously black and white, but varied and complex. Unfortunately, the overall presentation is held back by limited environments. You spend about 80% of the game in the city-state of Kirkwall. When you do leave, it's for dungeons that are beyond repetitive. Almost all of the dungeons are variations on the same 5 or 6 maps. And if you're trying to grow a character up to level 20 and 25 and you're just going to the same dungeons, it's kind of like when you finally become the general manager at a local Hardee's, but you're still banging the fry cook. Which brings us to combat. It's significantly faster than in Dragon Age Origins, but it's a mixed bag. When things are going well, you primarily control Hawk, and your compatriots effectively help you. But when tons of enemies pop up, or absurdly powerful bosses appear, things quickly descend into visual chaos. Overall, the game is simply not designed to easily handle the nuances of traditional RPG strategy. Meticulous micromanagement can mitigate the combat system's problems, but requiring such hardcore attentiveness without conditioning the player is like inviting someone to a game of blackjack and switching over to 52 pickup. Dragon Age 2 is decidedly uneven. We wish the individual components were as polished as the game's excellent dialogue and characterization. It's still a lot of fun to play, but for a game this long, you'll probably be feeling the need for something new. Dragon Age 2 is a 3 out of 5. All right, guys.
Well done, sir.
I'll take a high five. They are sitting there chewing on that one. But we're going to take just a couple more questions from the audience. We are almost done. We have a few more t-shirts to give out, so.
I feel like you're about to have to defend that review, Adam. That's the feeling I'm getting with these questions right here.
All right. You ready? Microphone?
Can't see anything
All right,
beyond
here we
the
go.
lights.
Hi, I'm going into the game industry in less than 3 years, and so as game reviewers, I kind of want to know what you want to see in games, what's cliche, what you're tired of seeing, what you want to see more of.
We want it to be fun. I mean, I think that's sort of the general, what it all boils down to. I mean, you can have complaints about gameplay, character, voice, anything like that, but as long as the game is fun, I know it's so ambiguous and subjective, and that's sort of why our jobs are hard sometimes.
But it's also, don't listen too much to us.
Yeah.
I think that's an important thing, is that, as we've said, we are a little bit jaded, that, the creativity that's in, game design is so good, that the idea that it was being done to somehow appease people like us.
Well, and the best games are not games that are based on forum comments. The best games are where people really trust their instincts and the developers know what they like and don't like.
Is anything good based on forum comments?
No. And we'd also like to see people stealing Tim Schafer's ideas more, as well. Worst things have happened to the industry.
Yes.
Hey, buddy.
My name's Jack Freddy. I'm from Andover, Massachusetts. And I have a question. What's probably the best game at PAX East right now?
Good question.
I'm getting some great opinions from the audience.
Battlefield!
I think I might have an answer to
It's
this.
actually, okay, go ahead.
So, So I think, personally, this is something I was exposed to this year, and if you haven't already kind of tried it out, you should. I think tabletop gaming as a whole is freaking awesome, dude. If you've not been down there, like, quick story, I go to the World of Warcraft trading card game. Morgan and I obviously play a lot of Warcraft. And I show up for dinner. Morgan's not talking to me, ignoring me like she always does. Like I'm not even there. She didn't see me come in. She's not going to see me leave usually. But I sit down. And I pull out this box of a starter set, and suddenly friendship blossoms. So go down to the trading card game. It is freaking sweet. So anybody that plays trading card games, good for you.
Well, you got to meet Steve Jackson last night.
And I got to meet Steve Jackson yesterday.
I was like, can I touch you for even being near this guy who, when I was 8, was like this god to me.
Yeah, so that was
alone playing D&D all by myself.
I'm sure he loves hearing that.
Man, when I was a kid by myself, Steve.
All right, next question.
Hi guys, I'm Kina from New York.
Hi.
Morgan.
Hi.
I just have a question. Are you guys lifelong game lovers? Yes? Yes. Okay. Has working in the industry changed that?
I'm sorry, what was the second half? The first half was
like
lifelong
game lovers,
game
and has
lovers.
working in the industry changed it?
Yes.
Like, is it taking some of the fun out of it?
Not really.
No.
You know, the funny thing is, people are like, oh, we don't have to talk about video games. It must be work for you. And I'm like, no. All day. I was talking about video games all day, constantly.
Also, it's a way that you can play games that maybe you don't really have to for work, and you're like, oh, I have to do this for work. I'm sorry, I can't do the dishes. I gotta play Fallout 3.
For another.
Yeah. I know it came out 2 years ago, but I want to see if it's changed at all.
I have to keep playing Brutal Legend.
Next year, every dev is going to come to this panel.
I know, right? You guys won't be able to get in because the entire industry will be filling the seats already. Hello.
Hi, I'm Ashley from Santa Monica. So
Yeah, Santa Monica. Right on, what's up?
Why are you here? It's 90 degrees back home and sunny.
Trust me, I know.
They said a wave was coming, and I was like, I'm flying to Boston.
Exactly. Someone's paying me to be here. So.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to play Old Republic. So. Smugglers, woo! We're actually gonna get like real content, not like Star Wars Galaxies.
You know what? When I'm 80, I still expect to hear people who are so bitter about that game.
Oh man, it's bad. But I know that it's somebody on that stage's birthday yesterday. And you're all looking at each other. Isn't it, Blair, wasn't it your birthday yesterday?
I mean, I'll take it.
Blair had a birthday ever?
Isn't it March 12th?
years old. It's not my birthday, but if you want to sing me happy birthday, everybody.
Oh, Lord.
I had a friend send me a text, and he totally loves you. Lives in West Hollywood.
I'm sorry, did you say he?
Yeah.
It's fine. Totally fine.
Sure wasn't like Blair from Facts of Life
I know.
or something like that?
Blair Warner, the show went off the air 15 years ago, maybe.
No,
He might have got the
said-
information from the internet. And
Probably. And we all know on the internet everything that is written down is true.
Very true.
So, but yeah, okay, well, I was going to have everybody sing you happy birthday, but
So, disaster averted.
now I feel like a douche. I feel like a douchebag.
No. I thank you very much.
I think your heart's in the right spot. Sadly, I don't think we can clear that song.
No, we have to pay for it.
That song cost like $400,000
No,
to put on
it's
TV.
true.
That's
You'll
why you
have to
never
do the
see
Red
it.
Robin version.
That's when we came up with a song called Good For You.
Thank you very much.
You.
Okay, I think this is probably going to be our last question.
Ruh-roh. No pressure. This is the last. This will definitely make the show. So you, sir.
How's that?
You're not reading this off the internet, right? We've already established what happened to it.
I just didn't want to screw up the question.